Hi everyone, you're watching the channel EduCat for NEET. In today's video, we will cover Chapter 15 Biodiversity and Conservation of Class 12th NCERT textbook with handmade notes. This chapter has many values and numbers which you need to remember, and that is very important because that numbers and percentages will only be asked. So you can make these notes along with me. So let's begin. We have more than 20,000 species of ants, 3 lakh species of beetles, 28,000 species of fishes, and 20,000 species of orchids in this world. Edward Wilson is a sociobiologist. He popularized the term biodiversity. Now, in this chapter, you have a term called genetic diversity. Genetic diversity means diversity between the same genes, means between a same species you have, in a same species you have genetic diversity. For example, the example given in our textbook is of Rauwolfia vomitaria. This produces a chemical substance which is known as reserpine, and this is used to control BP. It is present in Himalayan ranges. As you go up, the concentration and the strength of this reserpine increases. If there is a plant of Rauwolfia vomitaria present here on this range, and more higher if you go, another plant of Rauwolfia vomitaria is present. More higher on the peak if you go, you find another plant of Rauwolfia vomitaria. So the thing is, this plant which is on a higher range will have more concentration of reserpine, this chemical substance. So within this particular species of Rauwolfia vomitaria, we have differences. This is known as genetic diversity. Another examples are given that we have more than 50,000 different strains of rice and 1,000 varieties of mangoes in India only. This is also genetic diversity. Then coming to another term which is species diversity. Compared to Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats, the species diversity of Western Ghats is more than Eastern Ghats of amphibians. And now the third term which we have is ecological diversity. In here, we compared that India is more ecologically diverse than Norway, as India is a tropical country. India has deserts, rainforests, mangroves, coral reefs, wetlands, estuaries, and alpine meadows, while Norway, being a Scandinavian country, does not have all this. This is known as, when we compare two different nations, it is known as ecological diversity. The ecosystems present at that place, here India has more ecosystems than Norway. So this is the ecological diversity. Now another main point is here. According to IUCN, the full form of IUCN is International Union of Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. In 2004, it said that total number of species of plants and animals described are almost more than 1.5 million. So this is the given data in our textbook. Then this is also a very important statement given by Robert May. He said that there are almost 7 million species on earth, means they are yet to be discovered. We have discovered slightly more than 1.5 million species, and 7 million more are present according to Robert May, and we need to discover them. These pie charts are also important. Here we have 70% animals and 22% plants. Between animals and plants comparison, and in plants, algae, fungi, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms are included, while animals are 70%, plants are 22% in this world. And if you talk about animals, out of 10 animals, 7 are insects. Then we have the comparison between invertebrates. So out of invertebrates, insects are the highest number of groups, means you have highest insects in this invertebrates, followed by other group animals. Then you have second one is mollusks, crustaceans. Okay, so this is the division between invertebrates. In vertebrates, the first one, the majority is fishes, then we have birds, then we have reptiles, then we have amphibians, and then lastly the mammals. So this is the comparison between vertebrates. Among plants, we have first one, the highest majority is of angiosperms, then we have fungi, then we have algae, then fourth one is mosses, fifth one fern and allies, sixth one is lichens. So all these pie charts are important of invertebrates, vertebrates and plants. This can be asked in any order. Next important point is India has 2.4% of total world's area. This all the given numbers are important. Means this include global diversity. Global species diversity is 8.1. This is the information given about India. So we have 45,000 species of plants and 90,000 species of animals till now discovered in India. If there are total 7 million species, according to Robert May's statement, only 22% have been recorded. Now we have probability. Probably in India there are 1 lakh species of plants and 3 lakh of animals, and these are to be discovered, because initially we say these are discovered. These are already discovered and recorded 45,000 species of plants and 90,000 species of animals. But according to our prediction, we predict that almost 1 lakh species of plants and 3 lakh species of animals are present in India. This is the countries where the highest diversity is present. First, Brazil, then we have Colombia, then we have Indonesia, China, Mexico, Peru. This is located in South America, Australia, India, Ecuador. This is also located in South America, USA, Venezuela, Congo. And the position of India is 8, number 8 in species diversity. Then the comparison of four cities, Colombia, New York, Greenland and India, four countries, sorry, according to species of birds is given. So Colombia is located near the equator and it has almost 1200 species of birds. New York, it is located in 41 degrees north, it has 105 species. Greenland is located at 71 degrees north and it has 56 species. India also has a little bit more than 1200 species of birds. This is the positions and how their species of diversity is decreasing or increasing. This trend is being shown here. Now we have a discussion about the Amazon rainforest. We have in Amazon rainforest 40,000 species of plants, 1,25,000 species of invertebrates, 3,000 species of fishes, 1,300 species of birds, 427 species of mammals, 427 species of amphibians, and we have 378 species of reptiles. Almost 2 million insect species are yet to be discovered in this Amazon rainforest. This is also a very important graph which was described by Alexander von Humboldt. He was a German nationalist and geographer. He described this relationship between species richness and the area, and this graph is known as rectangular hyperbola. If we compare this in the log, if we derive it in the log scale, we got this as log s is equal to log c plus z log a, and this is a straight line where s means species richness, a means area, z is slope and c is y-intercept, and the normal value of z, which is slope, is 0.1 to 0.2. But the interesting case is in case of frugivores. Frugivores are nothing but fruit eaters. These are birds and mammals. The z value was 1.15. Means nothing but the slope was much steeper in case of frugivores like birds and mammals who eat fruits. And here area is directly proportional to z. Z is nothing but slope, which means as area increases, the graph slope also increases and the graph becomes much more steeper. Then we have this statement given by David Tillman. He gave the statement that more species means less year to year variation in total biomass, which means more the diversity, more is the productivity. We have another scientist statement, Paul Ehrlich. He was Stanford ecologist and he proposed the most popular Rivet Popper hypothesis. This is also a very important statement given that when tropical Pacific islands were colonized, more than 2000 species of native birds got extinct. Now we have another report of IUCN 2004. This is red list, and red list documents all the extinct animals, in which we have around 338 vertebrates, 359 invertebrates, and 87 plants. And all these 784 species, they got extinct in last 500 years. This is the data given. The examples are given: dodo in Mauritius, quagga in Africa, thylacine in Australia, stellar sea cow in Russia, and three subspecies of tigers, that is Bali, Javan, and Caspian tigers. Another values are given that in last 20 years 27 species got disappeared. Here we are talking about the threat of extinctions. Almost 15,500 species face this threat of getting extinct, in which 12% are birds, 23% are mammals, 32% are amphibians, and 31% are gymnosperms. These all percentages are important. Then we have also the most important evil quartet, the four main reasons of animals getting extinct. The first one is habitat loss and fragmentation. Here the examples are also important. Rainforest, in the rainforest 14% of earth's surface was initially present. 14% was present. Now it got depleted to 6%, which means there was a habitat loss. The rainforests were cut, deforestation occurred, and many animals also got extinct due to their loss of habitat. We are talking about Amazon rainforest. Amazon rainforests are considered to be the lungs of planet. They provide much oxygen to this world. They were cut for two reasons. First of all, they were cut for cultivating soybean, and second one for making grassland for beef cattle. This was all about habitat loss and fragmentation, and it is the most important out of the evil quartet. This is the most important, and this accounts for most habitat and species lost. Second one is over exploitation. It basically means that human beings are over exploiting the natural resources. In here we have the two examples of stellar sea cow and passenger pigeon. They got extinct due to this over exploitation by humans used them more than what was needed. The third reason is alien species invasion. Here we have that this is talking about when Nile perch was introduced in Lake Victoria. Already in Lake Victoria, this cichlid fishes were indigenous fishes present there. But when this Nile perch, also a fish, was introduced, this led to 200 species of cichlid fishes got extinct. This is the alien species invasion. When a foreign species, an alien species, comes to a land, then the indigenous species, means the species which already existed there, got extinct. These two examples are important. Parthenium, which is known as carrot grass, it is also an example of alien species invasion. And the second one is Iconia water hyacinth. This also got invaded and led to extinction of many native species. The another one is that African catfish. This poses a threat to indigenous catfish. The last one is co-extinctions, which means if one species dependent on the other, then both of them got extinct because they were dependent on each other and they could not live alone. So these were the four evil quartet and the main reason for what species were getting extincted. Now, there are three reasons why biodiversity needs to be conserved, discussed here. First one is narrowly utilitarian, which means that we get economic benefits from plants. Nature, like economic benefits include food, fuel, fiber, firewood, construction material, industrial products like dyes, tannins, perfumes, medical importance is also there. And almost more than 25% drugs are derived from plants, and 25,000 traditional medicines are also derived from plants. So this is the narrowly utilitarian point of view for conserving our biodiversity. The second reason is broadly utilitarian, which means that our ecosystem gives us services. Like Amazon rainforest, they undergo photosynthesis and produced 20% of the oxygen present in the whole world. And plants also help in pollination. Bees, bumblebees, birds, and bats also help to pollinate seeds and fruits. They eat away seeds and fruits and pollinate the other plants. So this was the reason of broadly utilitarian. Then comes the third reason, which is ethical reason. That is taking care of species whether they are important or not. This was the three reasons of why we should conserve the biodiversity. Now, how can we conserve the biodiversity? The first point is in situ conservation, means on the site, on in the habitat of the animal we should, or the plant, we should conserve it. This the example is biodiversity hotspots, means hotspots are a region where very high species richness is present, means very species, many species live there, and a high degree of endemism, means these species which live there are not found anywhere else, and they face habitat loss. So there are 34 biodiversity hotspots in this world, and when they are put together, this accounts for 2% of the earth's land area. For example, we have Western Ghats in Sri Lanka, Indo-Burma region, and Himalayas region. These are the three biodiversity hotspots examples in this world. We have 34 total biodiversity hotspots. In India, we have 14 biosphere reserves, 19 national parks, and 448 wildlife sanctuaries. When talking about sacred groves, in Meghalaya, we have Khansi and Jantia Hills. They are the last refuge for many rare and threatened species. Then in Rajasthan, we have Aravali Hills. In Karnataka and Maharashtra region, we have Western Ghats. In Madhya Pradesh, we have Sarguja, Chanda, and Bastar regions. The second is ex situ conservation, means we are taking the naturally existing plants or animals to another safe place. Threatened plants and animals are taken out of their natural habitat to a safe place. And there are many new techniques, like gametes of that animals or the plants like seeds are preserved by cryopreservation techniques, and eggs are also preserved, and eggs are fertilized in vitro. Talking about plants, plants are propagated using tissue culture. Seeds also can be preserved in seed banks. These are the last point mentioned in our textbook. There are the Earth Summit, which happened in 1992 in Rio de Janeiro. The aim of this Earth Summit was conservation of this biodiversity. Then the next it talks about World Summit, which happened in Johannesburg in South Africa 2002, and the aim of this World Summit was to sustainable development, and 190 countries pledged to achieve reduction in rate of biodiversity loss by 2010. This was a brief summary and my own handwritten notes. They are very easy to understand, and all the important numbers and information are present in this of biodiversity and conservation, chapter 15. This is present in class 12th NCRT. So, like this video, share this with your friends, subscribe to this channel, and if you have any doubt or any queries, you can comment down below. Thank you.